February 9th, 11:15 a.m. Disco Court Defendant Lobby number 1. And with that I say hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth. A Pheonix Wright Trials and Tribulations, as we are still playing as Miles Edgeworth. And we're going to be having a very specific person on our witness stand, which is kind of funny to think about. Right. So I'm looking forward to that. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm not really sure what to say. Iris, we only have 20 minutes. There are two things which I need to ask you before we reconvene. Alright, I'll help you any way I can. First, about that night. You really didn't go to the inner temple, correct? The last witness claims to have met and talked with you in the training hall. Either you or Sister Bikini is lying. Mr. Edgeworth, it is just as I said yesterday. Until the incident occurred, I was in my own room in Hazakura Temple. Very well. The second thing then, that night the temple's snowmobile was used in between the times the Bikini returned to the main hall and when she bore witness to the murder. Sometimes between 10:30 and 11 p.m. that night. Were you the one who used the snowmobile? There is only one key for the snowmobile. The only person who could have used it was me. So it was you. But why? What made you go out to Dusky Bridge? I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. Ooh. That's a heavy secret in her. Okay. Iris, I can't tell you about that yet. Not until her safety is confirmed. Her? The safety of the Acolyte. The Acolyte, huh? Pearly! Pearly is with Maya. She used the snowmobile to bring Pearly over to Maya, I think. She must be talking about Maya. I think that's the case. Iris, look me in the eye and tell me the truth. Did you kill Elise Donim? No matter who or what may come, I could never take her life. I can't trust that. Knowing what I know about Iris / Dahlia, right? That is a lie. I'm still not like 100% sure that it's Dahlia. It could be like a twin, a different personality, or something like that. But I'm not sure. As I thought, no psychologue. So well, very well then. It is my job to get to the truth. You will discover this for yourself soon enough. February 9th, 11:36 a.m. There's courtroom number 7. Oh yeah, and we also have Francisca with us. Court will now reconvene. Miss Van Karma, where is the witness? During the break, a man was detained for suspicious behavior in the gallery. Suspicious behavior? He was sketching something very intensely. Dare I ask what the witness was sketching when he was detained? He drew a terrifying woman, armed with a demonic face and a vicious whip. I can only presume that his intention was to capture you. Was to capture your likeness, I think is what I was going to say. Anyway, it is time to drag this pathetic excuse for an artist before the court. Loris Donim, I hope you're ready. Get in here. It would seem that Webby is going to see plenty more use today. Don't smile like that. Ouch! Your sketch is in contempt of this court. Hey, I was just artistically rendering. Ouch! You tried to run away from the bailiff who was trying to hand you your subpoena, correct? Look, I'm nothing but a fletching artist, okay? Training out in the mountains. I'm only down here in the city because I ran out of green paint. Well, they use a technical term for the color, Viridian. Larry, this isn't an art store now, is it? I know, I graduated junior high, okay? Look, art is all about walking on the fields, isn't it? Yeah. Walking in the fields? I presume you wanted to say field walk, I hope. That's it? Yeah, thanks, buddy. Oh, it's kind of sad that I was able to understand his mangled train wreck of a sentence. I just happened to stop in here and found a wonderful new model. So, see, I have nothing to do with this trial at all. I expect all of your faces to be red when you realize this mistake. Bright red. Or, to use the technical term, Crimson Lake. Out, out, out. Out, out. Stop it. Stop, out. Ouch. Why me too? Stop your pathetic blabbering and testify like a man. Refrain from whipping me, Miss Montgomery. Cross-whipping is as bad as cross-checking. Witness, well, that was your fault. Now testify for me. No, this is too much for me. Did we have Larry show up in the second game where Francisca was the main prosecutor? I don't remember him. You know, I think he was there. That was the one where... No, that was in this Trials and Tribulations where we had Ron the Light. Because Larry came up 4 times so far, right? Well, I think. The one in the lake, the very beginning. This one, and then Ron the Light where he was a security officer. Pretty sure that's the 4th time. I may be missing one, alright. I may have forgotten one of the times. I was at that lodge out in the mountains, looking up at the stars that night. I walked the bridge a number of times, but, well, I didn't see a snowmobile. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. And the girl I was waiting for didn't show up. My teacher died on me. I'm all alone now. Oh, die, Edgy. Witness, please refrain from talking directly to the lawyers during your testimony. I'm just a nobody. Nothing but a small, worthless man, aren't I? And why wasn't I asked for my name and occupation, or anything else? Oh, that's true. Miss Edgeworth, this man seems to have quite a severe inferiority complex. He's recently been in the cause of numerous accidents, or incidents. I think he's finally realized for himself just how much of a nuisance he has been to other people. Yeah, that's right, I'm behind everything. Every case. Watch out, okay? Just touching me will make you eternally unhappy. Well then, let us proceed with the cross-examination. And no touching. Thank you. We can delve into other details at a later time. Okay. What did you see then? Oh yeah, we already saw. I was at a lodge in the mountains looking up at it. Were the stars that night? Because it was like stormy. Whatever is the matter, Miss Edgeworth? That one single statement is so full of contradictions. For a moment there I thought I was going to collapse. So, witness, any idea as to where those contradictions in your testimony lie? Depending on your answer, I may stay my whip. Okay, give me a minute. Well, it was snowing that night, so I couldn't possibly have seen the stars. The rundown shack is hardly a lodge now, is it? And even if the stars could be seen, it isn't like I was there to look at them, right? The Edge is like, you know them all and you still said that all? See, you can do it if you try. Ouch, you said you would stay it. There's only one issue here, what you saw at Dusky Bridge. I walked to the bridge a number of times. You're not changing your testimony. Would you move to it? A number of times. How many? Maybe 5 times? I went once every 20 minutes. You were there for 2 hours, almost? Which means you spent almost 2 hours at Heavenly Hall that night. You betcha. Real love is about waiting with your heart in your hands. Love, you say? It was this man's intention to summon the defendant to the small shack, using this blackmail letter. Blackmail? No, that was simply the product of overflowing love. Ouch! You huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for whimpering, whining was of a witness. So, what did you see? I hope for your sake you saw a snowmobile, you huffy-puffy, loosey-goosey excuse for whimpering, whining was of a witness, eh? Well, you see... Oh, being called those names doesn't seem to bother him at all. Why would it? It's Butz. I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, you really didn't see it? Hey, no need to hit your desk, I can hear you. I didn't see it, I didn't see a snowmobile. Larry, say snowmobile for me, please. Snowmobile? If you truly have nothing to hide, then why are you stammering like you just flew over a cuckoo's nest? Shut up! What is this? I don't know, don't ask me. It seems I'll need to start with a more obvious contradiction. I'm going to strike the blow that will finally get him to spill the beans. I didn't see anyone at the bridge that night either. You didn't meet anyone? That's right, because I've got nothing to do with this. I'm just here to buy some Viridian paint, okay? Come on, I expect to see those Crimson Lake's faces by now. It would appear that simply pressing him isn't going to be enough, Edgeworth. Indeed. It seems like he's going to claim I'd have nothing to do with this in the end. I don't want this guy to cost us any more time. I need to slice through his obvious contradiction and keep things moving along. But like... yeah, we already know that he's like lying him down, so that's... moved it a couple of times, I didn't see him snowmobile. Oh, there you go. It was Pheonix, because I was thinking like, you did see Pheonix, I remember that. Larry Butz, I can understand why you might want to throw your old life away. You're pretty pathetic, and you cause all sorts of trouble. I'm sorry. But having realized just how much a nuisance you've been, that could be considered a step in the right direction. Edgy? Are you trying to console me? It certainly doesn't sound that way to me. However, I cannot forgive you for simply turning away from the incidents you create. Oh, what? You're totally pinning this on me. Now then, let us talk about the night of the murder. Sister Bikini, after seeing the murder take place, asked Pheonix Wright to report it. Thus, he headed for the public phone by the bridge. There he happened to across a certain nefarious individual. You, Larry Butz. Oh, that's right. Me in the flesh. Listen carefully, witness. It doesn't matter if you change your name. So long as you remain pretty pathetic, you will continue to cause these incidents. That reality will not change. But, what do you want me to do then? Larry, what you need to change is your inner self. But for now, what you saw that night, testifying truthfully about this one issue is all I need from you. Eddie, I think I finally woken up. Well, I guess I could still be sleeping. But anyway, I'll do it. I'll testify. Well, I'm not so sure this will go especially well, though. I'll ask again then. Witness, what did you see on the night of the murder? Thank you. What you saw, part 2. Come on, Larry. Tell me something more than just fake news or lies. I wanted to check it around 9. It would have been around 10:30 p.m. I was lying under the bedding when a white flash almost blinded me. I looked out of the window and Dusky Bridge was on fire. So you light up a window every 20 minutes? Also, I love his surrounding just being like, yeah, it looks like you're just a regular dude reading comics, eating chips, drinking soda. There was still some thunder, but I went right to check it out. That's when I ran into Nick. You certainly saw quite a lot, didn't you then? So what happened to the bridge after it caught on fire? Oh, it was like me after a 3-day stint chasing a girl. It totally burned out. Like, I was totally gone. I mean, trying to cross the burning remains was what caused Nick to fall. What did you just say? Oh, don't worry. It's nothing life-threatening. He's just called a cold. I never know with that man if he should be called a lucky or unlucky. Now, Mr. Edgeworth, please comment your cross-examination. Yeah. Oh, she didn't even know. It's kind of funny to think about, like, is he alright? They fell from that height. Also, funny to think that, like, both Pheonix and Dahlia both fell from the same bridge. Yeah, a long time between the two of them, but... well, still. I went to check at around 9, so it should have been about 10:30 p.m.? Is it like the fact that it's like 15 minutes? No. Okay, it isn't. Because in our evidence, they're saying 45, right? Here he's saying 10:30. What did you do out there in the cold for an hour and a half? Well, if you really must know, I was busy being excited, I guess. Excited? I don't know if I even want to ask. I set the meeting time at 10 p.m., right? But I couldn't wait, and I thought you might come early too. Well, it appears you didn't come at all in the end. Because they never arranged to meet in the first place, now did they? I said, shut up, don't picking my fond memories apart. Anyway, I was getting a little worried. I thought maybe Iris had lost her way. So even every 20 minutes or so, I went out of the bridge. But I didn't see anything particularly suspicious. They didn't have anything else to do, so I went back to the shack to wait for her. I was lying in my bedding for a while, and then that light was, of course. Yeah, the lightning. Like, kapoo! Like a slap from Naomi, honestly. A big bada boom. Ow! Oh, a little like that. Oh, that's more like a punch from Miranda. Wait, did you actually see the lightning hit the bridge? Well, I was a bit startled by the flash of light, so... I looked out of the window and the dusky bridge was on fire. Seeing that, what did you do? What do you think? I was burning up as well, from the fire in my heart. And that's why you went to take a look at the bridge? Well, to be honest, it was freezing cold, so at first I thought, oh, forget it, I'm not leaving my covers. But I pretty much stopped snowing, so I don't know, I changed my mind. I'm not sure I care for the forgetting attitude you had at first, witness. There was still some thunder, so I went to check it out also. Dusky Bridge was on fire? Okay, it's not that one. I would have loaded anyway, even if I had gotten it correct. But like the way that it says, like, there was a lightning at 10:30 and the bridge was already on fire. That looks wrong. Well, that sounds wrong, you know? Because normally a fire doesn't spread that fast, right? The lightning also struck, I guess, the quote-unquote bridge. But I feel like that's wrong as well. There was still some sun, that's why I went to check it. You said right away, but exactly how long after the strike was that? The lightning fell and then the bridge caught on fire. Maybe around 5 minutes. I mean, I suddenly thought, oh, gotta go check this out. How far is the small shack you were in from the bridge? Well, let's see. Well, it pretty much stopped snowing. It's about a 5-minute walk. And how did Dusky Bridge look when you got there? I had recovered a piece of from my childhood. I mean, not even the bonfire kids make during school camping trips can compare. Well, should I press him a little more info? Why didn't you call anyone? Larry, let me ask you one thing. Oh, sure, what is it, Edgy? What's with the serious face? Why didn't you call anyone? Eh? What do you mean? Though normally, when you're faced with a towering inferno, one would try and tell someone. There's a public phone right by the Dusky Bridge, correct? Oh, well, of course I thought of doing that. So then, let's hear why you didn't. Well, okay, a reason. My reason? It isn't that I didn't try to tell anyone, I just didn't have time to, okay? Oh, less than a minute later, okay. I want to see what he has to say about the other. Oh god. I'm sorry about that. I want to see what he has to say about the other one, right? So you only thought to check out the bridge. Does this mean that you initially had no intentions of doing so? Well, yeah, I guess it does. It was really cold. I didn't really want to go out there. If that's the case, why did you change your mind? I would like to hear your reasoning. In which case, please give testimony to that effect, witness. My reasoning? Okay, reasoning it is. Thought I'd never get to see something so big burning. Oh, it changed what I said here from being with Nick and being the other one. So you decided to go and see what was happening. That's right, we're talking about a massive suspension bridge. Burning to high heaven. That's not something you see every day. We're a specule? Like, really special? Can we really trust a witness who is unable to pronounce spectacle? Life seems to love hitting this poor witness below the belt. Well, my motto is to hit life back as hard as I can. Oh! I'll give you a few hits too if you would like, with my whip. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday, but there's still something that doesn't quite fit. It looks like, despite his change of heart, Larry still isn't telling us the whole truth. What was it that he said with Nick? Also, does he make the other one as well? No, okay. I don't remember what it was at the first testimony that they was saying. Right. Come on, tell me about Nick then. Like that was one thing that we were also seeing here. Nick showed up less than a minute later. Wait. You claim to have arrived at the bridge at the same time as Wright. Yeah, I thought I better tell someone about this, and then Nick came up, yelling about murder. Totally made me forget about the bridge. The fire was pretty much out by then anyway. What's this feeling? I suddenly have a case of unease. Was after contacting the police that Pheonix Wright fell from the bridge, correct? Yep, that's pretty much it. Or more or less. You told me about the burning bridge yesterday. Okay, that's still the same as before. Okay. I want to see something. Is this... Okay, no. Because it can't be at 10... He said it was 10:30, right? Oh no, 10:30, not 11. Wait. I think it is that the time frame, it doesn't fit. Because it says it took like... Yeah, there you go. Your very existence is being a contradiction. I'm not sure if you can grasp this or not. What the hey, Edgy? You're making me sound like some sort of alien. But your testimony is conclusively contradictory. The problem here is time. Oh, I've never been the best timekeeper, you know. 3 minutes after Billy leaves on foot, you follow him on your bicycle. How long did it take for you to catch up with him? Terrible at those. This is much more simple. You saw the lightning strike that dusky bridge and immediately went to see what had happened. Is this correct? Yep. Well, I wasted about 5 minutes first, but then more or less. I have the weather data from the night of the murder here. According to this, the lightning fell at 10:45 p.m. You say it takes less than 5 minutes from the shack to Dusky Bridge. Meaning you probably got there at around 10:11 p.m. Well, that sounds all about right, I guess. But then Nick showed up and did his falling act. That is impossible. What do you mean? 11 p.m. is when the murder occurred at Hazakura Temple. Thus, Wright was still there in the courtyard. There is no way that Larry could have encountered him at Dusky Bridge at that time. Oh, excuse me? I have an objection. You do? Eddie, how many times do you have to say this? I'm not Larry. I'm Laurice Denis out. It has not been proven that the murder occurred at 11 p.m. The sister only said around 11. In which case, it could have been earlier than that. Watch your footing there, Miss Francisca von Karma. The slope ahead is slippery. But there is still no way that Wright could have been at Dusky Bridge at 11 p.m. And why not? It is clearly written here that in the weather data report, it took around 30 minutes for the bridge to burn out. Therefore, the bridge must have still been burning until at least 11:15. Which means what exactly? Wright did not see the bridge while it was being consumed by flames that night. In fact, he did not arrive on the scene until after the flames have died down. Larry, you arrived at the bridge at 11 p.m. But Wright did not make it there until at least 11:15. I suggest you stop hiding things and just tell us the whole truth. Now then, what happened during those missing 15 minutes? Ooh, I feel like I've just been brutally woken up by a toilet splashback. What? Okay, so I was still sleeping something. Order, out! So there was a missing 15 minutes prior to meeting Pheonix Wright. I hardly see that as much of a problem. Yeah, not much as a problem at all. Really? The bridge is burning before your eyes and there is a phone right next to it. Why then did you not report the accident? Yes, witness, why didn't you? Were you there simply to watch the bridge burn? And therein lies the problem. For even after the bridge had burned out, he was still there. Staring into space, this witness didn't even attempt to fulfill his civic duty. That's what it sounds like. Oh, but this is Larry we are talking about. And even he is incapable of being so stupid. Which means there has to be a reason for his inaction. Edgy, I think it's about time I got serious with you, dude. Just as I thought, you've been playing with us all this time. Listen, I'm going to tell you everything. Are you sure you want to hear it all? To hear it all? Yes. I may really say it this time. Ouch! Then say it. Very well. I have a terribly bad feeling about this. However, let's have the witness finally give us the whole truth. Now then, for this 15-minute gap, what were you doing, witness? The missing 15 minutes. Well, I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? Sketching in front of the bridge. I was whipping up into a frenzy of art. The shock and awe that I was feeling, I transferred it all onto the page. Before I realized that the flames had gone out and then he came running up. I suppose art is going to be strange folks. That's right. I'm willing to sacrifice everything in order to draw a perfect sketch. Including the truth from the sounds of it. Miss Edgeworth, have this removed the last of your doubts? Not at all, Your Honor. One very large doubt still remains. And what would that be? This is a surprisingly believable story, especially considering the source. So why did he think he needed to hide it from us until now? I intend to drag the reason out of him. You regret this, Edgy? Why would we regret it? Is it the fact that Iris came up? I'm a donim. I'm an artist. What do you think I was doing? I mean, not that one. There you go. I wanted to save. Tell us, Larry. My name is Laurice. Get it right. Mistakes like that are what keeps you from being popular with the ladies like I am. Who exactly are you? I'm Laurice the Nim, apprentice extraordinaire. That's what he calls himself in any case. Then you are an artist? Of course I'm an artist, the real thing. Yet again, that's what he calls himself. Names mean nothing. There is only one issue I dare to discuss. What were you doing? That is a very big issue indeed. Sketching in front of the bridge. Sketching? The burning bridge and everything that came up with it. What came with it? You want to hit this from my lips, do you, Edgy? You'll regret this. That sketch of mine is... Ow! Enough. Just take that ridiculous sketch of yours out already, witness. Oh, what are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. But does indeed appear to be the fastest solution. I'll leave it to you, Edgeworth. What should I do? I've got a terrible feeling that the instant this sketch is revealed, the entire wall may be changed on what is depicted there. Okay, so we're gonna go back. And I'll read the other ones first. When the burning bridge moved you that much now, did it? I find it hard to believe. You moron! Edgy, you don't understand me at all. If I see an abandoned cat, I find myself passing by it with tears in my eyes. I'm a man overflowing with irresponsible kindness. and I use my responsible kindness to fill the pages of my notebook. An artist using a notebook. It's so pathetic it makes me want to cry myself. I command you to buy at least a proper sketch pad. What has that got to do with anything? I'm not sure I care for an artist using a notebook for sketching. Proceeds, witness. Before I realized that the flames had gone out and he came running up. You forgot a passage of time to that extent now, did you? Well, once I get caught up in something, I tend to forget everything else. That is true. It's always been that way. I guess it's not lying. He's not lying about that, at least. Pheonix Wright appeared on the scene after 11:15. He was lying until then that dispels all truth. Aside from the true doubt of his humanity, eh? There's a big clue waiting for me in this cross-examination. This testimony does nothing more than mock the court, but I am sure that there is a vital kernel of truth hidden within it somewhere. There you go. Now let's go back. What is it with this sketch? I love that you can just like leave it alone. We don't need to look at it. Larry, I wonder if you could show us your sketch, please. Oh well, even I couldn't have imagined we'd turn into this. Imagined what? Oh, that Laurie's Dunham's debut would take place here today. Like this! Ouch, 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 ouch. Show it now. Okay, but steal yourselves. This is a wall of Laurie's Dunham. There's someone flying over it. Oh, well, this is Dusky Bridge, correct? Quite a large bridge, isn't it? Your response, Mr. Kama? Yes, well, it's a better drawing than I expected. It's surprisingly good. Like, I thought of that as well when I saw this piece. Because that looks like a photograph. But apparently it's like... Oh, it is a photograph. Never mind. Isn't it? I struggled to reproduce those flames, I really did. Yes, I'm sure you did. This is going to get ugly. No one has the courage to bring it up, it seems. This mysteriously flying object. Larry. Oh, yeah, what? The burning bridge is fine, but what is that unfortunately looking figure? Oh, you spotted that? I thought you might. However much I might want to ignore it, I cannot. It's Iris, of course, Iris. How she's taken better care of herself. We have to plan for our future, you know. What would have happened to her if she had injured herself flying like that? Larry, please, answer this next question honestly. Okay. Are you really claiming that you've seen this? Are you claiming to have seen the silhouette of the defendant flying over a bridge that was engulfed in flames? Yup, that's what I saw. That's why I drew it. I'm an artist, a real artist. Are you high? The scourge is really high up in the picture. Was that like a... Oh. Ah, what was that for? This is all a really bad dream. I was hitting you on the cheek to test that theory. Please whip your own cheek from now on if you wish to test your wild theories. But anyway, no court of law will ever acknowledge that people can fly. Well, if it's like a zip line or something, maybe, right? Actually, there is some precedent for this. She was flying pretty high, my sweet Iris. She was about 30 feet above the bridge, at least. That was really something to see. It has to be some kind of mistake. Miss Edgeworth, please bring this window back down to earth, please. What? Me? This one is your friend, is she not? Accessory to foolishness, Miles Edgeworth. Let us get back to the cross-examination, by force if necessary. Mr. Edgeworth, I expect you to expose the obvious contradiction here. Yes, Your Honor. Oh, looks like I've got another reason to remember this. Oh, well, what do you think of my debut print? Get that thing away from me! Now hurry up and cross-examine him. A white hood She didn't have a hood. Was it Sister Bikini? Larry, what did you really see that night? Not that I particularly care. Oh, in your position, that's just being irresponsible. I drew exactly what I saw. I'll give you a whole $1 if that's the truth. If that is truly the case, then there is one thing that we can say for certain. And what might that be? That the person who flew over the bridge could not have been the defendant Iris. Oh, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. Ow! A foolhardy folly of a foolish statement by an equally foolish if foolhardy fool. How exactly can you make this claim? Tell us, Larry. According to this picture, the individual whom you say you saw was wearing a hood, correct? Of course she was. That rundown shack is quite away from the bridge. The hood is what told me that this floating angel was my Iris. The hood is my darling Iris, and Iris is my darling hood. Ow! Seems there are bigger fools in this world than the one in the defense bench. Larry, there's something you need to be made aware of. On the night of the murder, Iris wasn't wearing her hood. She had given it to Wright as a gift. Are you going to change your story now? Perhaps exactly it was the Wright who took flight. What are you talking about? I think you understand what I mean just fine. Why? Why did Nick have an Iris's hood? What? Edgy, what's going on with Iris and Nick? Why you, Nick? You dog! I do believe that this unbelievable, mysterious sketch is destined to disappear discredited and discarded straight into the garbage. What is it now, witness? It feels like I've been waiting 25 years for this day to come. Edgy, today's the day I get to completely stupefy you. What? What is the meaning of your outburst, witness? I hate to have to do this, but I have some definitive evidence. Definitive evidence? I have seen him come flying over the burning bridge, and I, Loris Donim, shall prove it. How do you want to do that? I didn't expect to ask this again, but how? We shall be needing your testimony once again. Tell us anything you know concerning the defendant as depicted in this sketch, and show us your evidence that this nightmare was actually a reality. Okay, I hope you're ready, Edgy, because I'm going to feed you your whopping serving of pain. Yeah, you've been serving as a whopping serving of pain this whole time, now trust me. Prove that Iris flew, okay. Tell me. When I reached Dusky Bridge, she was already gone, so I was worried. I was practically searching all over for her. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. That's... Elise? Elise was the one that was flying? But that makes no sense. That led me to finding a beautiful crystal sphere, half buried in the snow. I'm sure that Iris was simply wearing a spare hood. There are no end codes have lost a crystal sphere that night. Our crystal sphere? This one. Pretty, isn't it? But find the keepers. That sphere, where did you find it? Let me see. Around here somewhere. Looks about right. I was about half buried in the snow. I pretty much stopped snowing by then. But there was still some falling as I walked to the bridge. Also, it has blood on it. The court accepts this crystal sphere. That's mine, okay? I want it back afterwards. There's something on it. Oh, it's blood? What? Blood. There's blood on it. Yep. You ready, Edgy? But tomorrow morning you'll be calling me Master Larry. Yeah, I like the sound of that. No one's going to push me around anymore. Didn't you want to be called Loris Donim only a few minutes ago? That makes me think, like, the fact that it's bloody is also, like, really weird. When I reached the bridge, she was already gone. So you went to the burning bridge. That's right, I mean Iris. She actually flew to get to me, that's why I could do was meet her halfway. But the Defender was not at the bridge when you got there, you say? I guess she went back to Hazakura Temple. She's a girl after all. She must have wanted to look her best. It must be lovely to live in the fantasy land of Larry's mind. Actually, it's so depressing that I can't even walk up to the energy point. So what do you do next? I was so worried, I practically looked all over. So you searched all over for her? She was flying pretty high, you know. I thought maybe she slipped on her landing and got hurt. Hey, that was more than possible. Also, when I was setting out to the shack the first time, I was snagging a banana. I was pretty sure I threw the peel away somewhere around there, you know. Can one guy really be this stupid? What did you find any signs of a so-called landing? Don't know. I kept falling over myself and kind of lost it for a while there. You fell over yourself? Yeah, the snow was deep, man. And there was even a banana peel out there. Yep, that's stupid. And then there's Larry Butz. The short of it is that you didn't find any sign of a landing, correct? And then what happened next? That led to me finding the crystal sphere. Half buried. Well, I was sitting in the snow with the large gathering on top of it. It was very hard to spot, actually. I mean, it was dark out too. I'm impressed you did well to find it. No matter what you may think when you look at me, I'm a pro, a genius security guard. I used the pen light I borrowed from my company to help in my search. It sparkled really brightly, as if it was saying, "Here I am," to me. It doesn't indeed look very much like the crystal sphere on Iris's hood, but I need to remind you that she was not wearing a hood that night. I'm sure that simply was wearing a spare hood. Each nun is assigned their own hood, and they're assigned only one. I didn't know about anything like that, okay? Iris is special, okay, dude? Even if she did steal spare hood, I'll forgive her. This is getting us nowhere. Our destination for the day, it seems. However, this crystal sphere was found near the bridge, that is a fact. If it didn't come from the hood, where could it have come from? That is the question I aim to question. I already knew about it the first time I saw it. No one else, let me confirm this one last time, Larry. The reason you thought that this was Iris was the hood in this crystal sphere, correct? That's right. My gut is never wrong. I made that old bikini the next morning and her crystal sphere was still there, safe and sound. Indeed. She was wearing it in this very room earlier today. The case isn't going to end without a fight. Exposing the obvious contradiction in the ceremony will be easy, but I fear that all that awaits us are further mysteries. No one else could have lost the crystal sphere. Are you sure about that? You forgot about your own master. Larry, that night there was someone. Someone who lost the crystal sphere. There was? I think I could have also shown the staff, right? Who is this stupid idiot? Miss Elise Donim, the mentor to a stupid idiot. The victim? I have a photo of her here. On the end of her staff, you can see a familiar looking crystal sphere. Oh, hey! It's my photograph, give it back! Ouch! A crystal sphere like that is quite easy to find. I have one just like it, on my brooch. They look nothing alike. In any case, please take a look at this. This is the victim's staff, found at the scene of the crime. Oh! The crystal sphere! It is gone! Oh. What? What? Just what does this mean? If anyone jumped or flew across that bridge that night, it certainly was not Iris. After all, she was not wearing a hood, and more importantly, the crystal sphere found at the landing site was not hers either. What that means that the one who flew and dropped the sphere was a victim, Mr. Elise Donim? A fool alongside another fool on a fool's errand to reach a foolish conclusion. First of all, this sketch, which I prefer to call a scribble, is ridiculous. People cannot fly, and thus it is rejected. Hey, you can't do that. I saw it with my own two eyes. And this crystal sphere, there is nothing more than a red herring. You honestly believe that? Give it some thought and I'm sure you'll realize it as well, Mr. Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham was in her room on the night of the murder. There was no reason for her to go to Desky Bridge. Therefore, this sphere cannot be related to this case. That is all. Miss Francisca von Karma. The only people who will accept that explanation are scatterbrains and clowns. Why are you pointing at me? The victim's crystal sphere was found near the bridge on the night of her murder. Yet you expect us to believe this has nothing to do with the case? The crystal sphere was probably thrown away at the bridge after the murder. After the murder? There is blood on the crystal sphere, isn't there? This naturally suggests that it was thrown away after the murder took place. The cleaner placed it there to throw the investigation off the scent. Which is the exact same reason that I drew that ridiculous sketch. Wait. What? You mean I'm the killer? No way! All joking aside, just when did this crystal sphere appear near the foot of the bridge? It had snow on it. Unless this can be proven in some way, I refuse to believe that it's related to the case. She makes a valid point, and I will take a safe state. There is no evidence that Elise Dunham left Hazakura Temple that night. However, if somehow this crystal sphere can be proven to have been dropped before the victim was killed, then this case is going to transform into something else entirely. Your response, Mr. Edgeworth? I want your final opinion on the disposition of this crystal sphere. If it is not related to the case, then this witness who you called will have been nothing more than a monumental waste of time. Prepare yourself for some very appropriate punishment, Miles Edgeworth. Can I prove it? Can I prove that the crystal sphere was wrapped before the murder took place? If I tell about the snow... No, not oh, they didn't even tell me what the sphere was. It's kind of cool. We have this. We have that. Oh, it doesn't have the cane here. Okay. It will be with like, can I prove it? That isn't the issue. To simply prove it, that is the only option. And that's what he would do. That's the way Pheonix Wright would do this. Your Honor, allow me to prove something to you. I will prove that this crystal sphere is a vital link to solving this case. You will do what? That look in your eyes. You reminded me of Pheonix Wright when he was cornered. That should come as no surprise. Because right now, I am Pheonix Wright, and I am indeed cornered. I order you to present your evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Evidence that proves that the crystal sphere was indeed dropped before the murder. Your response, Miss Van Gamma? Birds of a feather flock together. Go, Edgy, prove it! It's cheering. It's still some listening to the ominous calls of ravens. Okay. Oh wait, what did it say? I thought it was gonna be this one because like it snowed after the murder. One more chance, Your Honor, can turn back after coming this way. The time of the murder when the crystal sphere was dropped. Oh. She doesn't have snow, but the crystal ball has snow. This crystal sphere was... I'm gonna load for that. Because that's ridiculous. Like, oh yes, this was covered in snow. We're like, yeah, it was snowing, right? But that didn't prove anything. There you go. This crystal sphere was half buried in the snow, correct? Yep, that's right. If it hadn't stopped snowing, then it would have been game over. The snow would have totally covered it. That is all I needed to hear from you, Larry. Your testimony makes one thing quite clear. What? When the crystal sphere was dropped, it was snowing. Even if it was ever so slightly. Snowing? On the other hand, let us look at the scene of the murder. As proven earlier today, there is no snow on the victim's body. Oh! I forgot about that. And therefore, this crystal sphere must have been dropped before the murder. What? Order! Order! On the night of the murder, the victim did indeed go to Dusky Bridge, and there, something occurred that caused the staff crystal sphere to come loose. What? What could that have been? On this sphere, there is some blood on it, isn't there? Allow me to raise a certain possibility in this conjunction. The real crime scene was near the foot of Dusky Bridge. The murder didn't take place in the Hazakura Temple courtyard? Only a fool would suggest such a foolish piece of absolute foolishness. Who is the fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Van Karma? Wait. I'm having like an idea. And my idea stems from one simple fact. She ran the lights out, Belle, at 10 PM, right? After that, the way that Elise is quote-unquote looking to be flying could also be seen as like being dragged, right, through the air. Which, it's very Detective Conan-esque way of killing someone, not gonna lie. It's like with yeah. How do you say, like a fishing line or something, a line that is like a zip line that is connected with the almost dead or even dead Elise. If I go over here to the temple, near the inner temple, right? Like she would be like near the inner temple, and then Iris at the Hazakura temple like slams the bell that triggers something, and then Elise just goes like from the inner temple right in the zip line to the Hazakura temple. The line like detaches itself, the sphere detaches itself or gets loose from the staff midway. She's already bleeding out, like she's almost completely dead. And then on the Hazakura temple, like the dead body just gets dropped, right? I think it might even like drop into the blade of Mystic Amy, right? And then Elise sees that and she's like, oh no, I gotta take it out. She's like, she struggles to take out the knife. And that's when Sister Bikini arrives back at Hazakura Temple and is like, oh no, who could have seen that coming? Well, yes. Like Sister Bikini kills. It is kind of interesting to like think of Sister Bikini to do that, but like she kills Elise in the temple, then goes to shower, and then the moment she hears like the dong from the bell, she's like, oh, it's time. In like X amount of minutes, the dead body was gonna drop in here, and that's what happened. Is that what happened? That's my theory for now. Just who is a fool, and which part is so foolish, Miss Van Karma? Have you been paying any attention this whole time, Miles Edgeworth? The sister saw everything. She saw the victim being killed by the defendant in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. She was already dead by then. That is not exactly true now, is it? And you know it. To put it more precisely, what she saw was the murder weapon being removed from the victim's body. That's the same thing. No, it isn't. You said it yourself. Very little blood is actually lost at the moment of a blade's insertion. If you want to talk about when the most blood would be lost from a body, that'd be when the blade is removed. In that statement, if that statement is the truth, then Dusky Bridge would easily be the scene of the murder. The murder weapon was not removed, and thus there was no bleeding. You're forgetting one vital thing, Miles Edgeworth. Elise Dunham's body was found in Hazakura Temple. 1:30 takes 15 minutes to travel from Dusky Bridge to Hazakura Temple. You mean to suggest someone carried the body all the way? I've made it this far. The only place to take it is to the end. I just need to prove that my version of the events is also perfectly plausible. Now, if the defense is ready, the court would like to have an explanation. Let me save again. It's like a really interesting... Please show us the method by which the victim's body was carried to Hazakura Temple. Do I see? Oh, yeah. She flew. No, that isn't it. I'm on the wrong track here. I need to charge on through this, even if it makes things look bad for my client. Oh. Stop giving me the evil eye. Okay. So I need to say the, come on. The bell. Right. No? It's not it. Oh, the track. Oh, that's Snowy Night. What was that? Okay. I didn't think about that one. On that snowy night, there is only one way that the body could have been moved. The snowmobile. Oh? As we know, the snowmobile was used that night. It was explained as having been used to dispose of the murder weapon, but it could have also been used to carry a body. Order, order! Ah! This is completely unacceptable, Miles Edgeworth. You've dug yourself into your own grave. What do you mean? The only one who could have used the snowmobile was the defendant. She's the one who moved the body. Doesn't that put the final nail in your coffin? You're too late, Francisca von Karma. And in fact, the defense has proven something else entirely. We have shown that this case requires a further investigation. Oh, what? Where was the victim Elise Dunham really killed? If her body was moved or whatever for? And finally... just what does this image mean? Take that away from my eyes. Do you even need to think about that? Such a creature could never see the truth, let alone describe it. This witness certainly sits on one of the lowest possible branches of humanity. However, he would never utter a lie that would hurt a girl with whom he is enamored. He drew this, so it is something that actually happened. The defense stands firm on this point. Oh, edgy? Thank you. Well, that settles it then. I cannot give a verdict under these circumstances. Right, it seems I fulfilled my part in this. It is just as I thought. Francisca von Karma, you make a wonderful partner. Excuse me? There was one reason and one reason alone for me being here. To expose the darkness lurking in this case, and then pass it on to Wright. Really? That's what this was all about? You could have just told me that from the very beginning. Then I wouldn't have had Francie whipping all that. Miles Edgeworth, I don't care about what you were here to do. This was my chance to finally grind you under my heel. A shame that it seems your chance seems to have slipped you by. What a shame. Ah, Frenzy! This is all your fault. Oh, terrible witness. I demand satisfaction. Oh, you killed Larry. I cannot believe that the witness testimony relates to the actual event. However, there was to be some sort of answer for the questions it raises. Have his words here today been the truth or lies? Next time we gather in this courtroom, then those are the matters that we shall be addressing. I'm counting on thorough investigations by both the defense and the prosecution. And with this, the rest is up to you, right? Court is now adjourned. Yeah, okay. I guess next time we're gonna be back as Wright, right? That's gonna be nice. It was like an interesting, well, it's an interesting case. Up. Investigation. We'll see how good that will be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see, right? Because like this is gonna be part... And this was part 4. It's gonna be part 5 out of 9. It's gonna be like 2 investigations. Oh, and then 2... I see. And then 3 trials? We'll see. We'll see. I have no idea if my theory is like correct, if it's like fully wrong, if it has like some merit. Because it would be what they would do in like Detective Conan, not gonna lie. That sounds so much like a convoluted Detective Conan murder scene, you know? With like a, oh, I activate the bell there, which triggers a mechanism to push the corpse from one end of the map to the other, as a character sees like the character flying, or one of the people sees the dead body like flying and thinking like, oh, they're flying, how did you do that? And that make like an alibi. While the victim is already dead, right? Very curious, very curious. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's gonna be it then for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye.